Hey guys, it's Tuesday and you're watching The Revolution. Today we are delving into the wonderful world of online dating. Personally, I really enjoy dating online. I've met some amazing people. I've met some major assholes. I did have a short relationship with someone, a great guy. We just didn't see our futures going the same way. I love that Lisa met her husband online. I think it's actually really common these days for people to meet their partners online. And one of the biggest reasons why that is so popular is because we're capable of essentially creating our first impressions or the image that we would like to put out there. Filling in the profiles may seem daunting and tedious. Instead of looking at it like, ugh, I don't know what to say about myself, think about how you want to be perceived. Let's say you were going to be meeting your ideal partner. What would you want to put forward first? How would you want that first impression to be? People don't really take advantage of that. They look at it as, even I don't take advantage of that, but far too often I'm reading a profile and so many of them start off by saying, I I'm not good at talking about myself, or I don't really know what to say about myself, but I guess I'll give it a shot, blah blah blah. My advice to that is go ahead and start with that if that helps initiate you writing a little something about yourself, but then before you save, go back and delete that because it's really unnecessary and everybody's kind of feeling the same exact way. When it comes to starting a conversation with someone that you are possibly interested in, I know a lot of people say that dating websites are for hooking up or whatnot, but I get so many really lame first hellos. The other day I got super sexy, and that was it. Not even a hello. Now, I guess it depends on what you're there for. However, rule of thumb, if it's not something that you would say to the person's face, don't type it. A simple, hey, I really liked your profile and I'm interested in getting to know you. Let me know if you're interested in talking or chatting or whatever. Perfect opening. Or even just a hello. You don't have to spend that much time on it because you don't know if the person's going to respond back to you. At the same time, though, putting in no effort is, you're not really going to get many responses. Another thing to think about is when you don't know someone and your first form of communication is through text, it can be difficult. You don't know the person's personality or their tone, their demeanor, how they carry themselves. So keep that in mind when you're talking. I find for myself that my humor isn't translated well through text if you don't know me. So I try to keep that in mind, and then I'll end up just saying like, that was supposed to be funny. I guess the point of that is that not to give up right away because it could just be how that person communicates through text. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, I have friends who, when we're in person, are great, but then via text are really boring. They come across very different. Which leads me into the creating who you want this person to be problem. So many times I will find myself really liking someone. I'll develop a crush, and we've only communicated through text, and then we will talk on the phone or meet, and I will realize that what I did was created who I wanted that person to be in my head, and that's who I was having a crush on. So, I guess try to be aware of that too. As far as when do you decide to exchange phone numbers or meet up, I really think you should just trust your instincts. One time I saw this guy's profile and I thought he was extremely good looking, and I was just like, oh, we will be making out later. And so I contacted him and decided to give him my phone number, and we talked later on that evening, which I'm really glad that we talked because I knew within the first 5 to 10 minutes that our mouths were not going to be touching. So it saved me some time. You know what I mean? Like Lisa said, have updated photos. I personally really like face shots because I am generally most attracted to faces. So having a nice clear face shot is, I think, good. As well as full body, some action shots maybe. I don't know. However you want to portray yourself is fine. But, you know, be clear. There's so many photos that are just... How do you go off of that? Backing it up a bit, talking about the communicating through text. So I don't know if this is a pet peeve of mine or if this is a common problem and a lot of people feel the same way. When you are talking with someone for the first time, using texting syntax to me is a turnoff. In general, I don't really use any texting syntax except for like OMG, but I don't shorten my words. I just spell everything out, and I kind of want the same thing with dating because we're not just texting really quickly through the phone. This is our first meeting, our first encounter. I don't know. Is that lame? I don't care. It annoys me. I don't think it's that hard to spell out you, Y-O-U, instead of just the letter U. It makes me kind of feel like we are in junior high. And I'm going to end on another thing that may just be me, but I don't know. Self-proclaimed nice guys. In my experience, everyone that I have talked to or met who had the term nice guy in their title or talked about their niceness in their About Me section has not really been that nice. The About Me would go something like this. I have a really hard time talking about myself. I don't know what to say, but I guess I'll give it a shot. I'm a really nice guy. Here's my thing. What does nice guy even mean? Overall in life, you're just a really nice person. Tell me a little bit something about yourself that makes you so nice. Like polite? Maybe I'm being a bit dramatic or a jackass. Every experience though that I've had, which I shouldn't let it bother me, but it just is, it's a red flag. It's not a ultimate deal breaker, but it's a little red flag for me. I've met people who were really nice guys. We hit it off at first, and one of the most common things that has come out of their mouths is that, oh, you're not like other women. Okay, I'm not like other women. I mean, I guess what they're saying is that they haven't felt that way about another woman, maybe? Who knows? Fast forward to when I let them know that I'm just not in it. People have become belligerent, extremely mean, the opposite of nice, called me names, and then told me that I am just like every other woman that they've ever met. So my final conclusion on that is that generally these nice guys, these self-proclaimed nice guys, where that's like the first thing they want to say, is they have a little bit of bitterness. My camera died. Final conclusion. These self-proclaimed nice guys are lumping, which kind of what I'm doing, I'm lumping all of the nice guys together, but they're lumping all women together, and when meeting someone, it doesn't work out with them and nothing is pursued, they're angry at all women. And then they take it out on you. I just think that's really lame. And maybe if that keeps happening to you, instead of blaming all women or all whatever gender that you are interested in, look in the mirror. Self-analyze. What can you do a little differently? So that's it for me this week. I love online dating. Leave some tips and advice below for me and the other girls and anyone else who's watching or reading. Things that you've encountered or pros, cons to online dating. Have you met someone? Do you have a relationship with someone who you met online? What are your thoughts and feelings on it? And I will see you next Tuesday.